If you guys stick around after the show, we are also doing a giveaway for a costume contest for the show. Giving away some weed syrup. Yeah. I'm not going to pull that out of the bag first. Oh, it'll work miracles, believe me. You walk on water. I shit you not. And some natural aftershave and sunblock. But most importantly, we're giving away weed syrup, you guys. So stick around after the show. You're in a costume contest. You got a bag right here. Also, if you haven't, give, if you can, some tips to the comics. Meanwhile, we got your headliner coming up. He's been creeping me out all night with this fucking mask he's wearing. Goddamn nightmare fuel. Giant Papa Smurf is what he looks like. It's scary. But you guys, I want you to make it nice and loud for fucking Confucius over here. Jimmie Menezes, everybody!
Hi everybody, how's it going? It's fucking creepy, isn't it?
It's very.
It's a new thing I'm working on. It's called a real life Instagram Snapchat filter. I'm gonna take it off because I can't hear myself. Oh, it's me all along! You and your fucking kids. And so, hi, how's it going? My name's Jimmy. Hi. Guess what's coming up next week?
What?
Daylight savings. Boo! Right, boo! Don't forget to set your clocks. Boo! I hate that shit because you know what that means? That means that it's gonna be dark when I wake up and go to work. It's gonna be dark when I get home from work. It's gonna be dark all fucking goddamn day. All I'm gonna do is sleep and go to work, and it's always fucking dark. And it's gonna be so fucking dark I can't even enjoy a fucking joint on my fucking porch and watch the sunset because it's gonna be fucking dark all the fucking time. And then my mood's gonna change, and then I'm gonna start wearing dark clothes to match my dark mood. And then I'm gonna fucking just be like, you know what, Jimmy? Why don't I just unwind and try and watch some TV? And what do I see when I turn on the TV? Fucking Palestine. And they're fucking talking about Palestine all the fucking time. And here's the thing. I'm a smart enough person to know that Israel is just a big fat United States military base. It's not even a fucking country. And when they say Israel on the news, they're really trying to say in code the United States and its allies are firing rockets into churches and schools, killing women and children and babies. And I'm just sitting here watching the news thinking like, Jesus fucking Christ, is this really fucking happening? Because 4 fucking companies in fucking Detroit refuse to go out of fucking business and they're waging these wars in the Middle East so that they don't go out of business because these fucking places have the fucking balls to build their cities and civilizations on places where dinosaurs lived and died and then their bones turned into fucking oil. And I'm just sitting here watching news trying to get fucking high. And I'm just like, Jesus fucking Christ. And sometimes I want to fucking kill myself. And I want to fucking take my own fucking life. And I'll put a fucking shotgun in my mouth. Not because I want to fucking die for any real reason, but because I fucking hate capitalism so much. I made a business decision to take control of the one fucking means of production I still fucking have. I got a gun in my fucking mouth. I'm going to pull a trigger in my fucking toe. And I got to remind myself, I gotta fucking change the clocks. They call that shit seasonal affective disorder. The anagram is SAD. I gotta pull that fucking shotgun out of my mouth and be like, I'm just a little sad. I think I'll say something controversial now. I don't think those Fast and Furious movies are that bad. Actually, you know what? I like cars. I like sluts that don't speak English. I like fucking car crashes. I like fucking Ferraris on fire doing fucking barrel rolls. I like fucking race cars. I like fucking knife fights. I like fucking bullshit fucking lose fucking track of reality kind of fucking movies. And everybody fucking else seems to fucking hate it because fucking Vin Diesel looks like an uncircumcised dick. The downshift's way too fucking much. For family. Like, this is the thing. No, this is the thing. If we were all outside the front of this, and there's a guy in a fucking yellow Lamborghini just shooting, going down fucking Main Street at 110 miles an hour, and he fucking clipped it, barrel rolled it, and rolled it right into the fucking Veterans fucking thrift store, blew up, and fucking everybody would be all, ha ha ha, fuck that guy. But you put Tyrese and John Cena in that shit, you guys want to shit all over it. Actually, the reason why I really like him is because I almost died in a car wreck myself. And in my entire life, my dad's like one of those rough, tough, grizzled, take no crap off and nobody raised by the John Wayne generation kind of motherfuckers, you know what I mean? Like they showed him more tough than love. So my whole life, I don't think my dad's ever even really said I love you more than like once or twice, right? So I almost died in this car wreck. And my dad, instead of just saying like, I'm glad you're not dead, I love you, he decided to take me to a movie, less than 24 hours out of surviving a near fatal car wreck. My dad took me to go see Feet of the Furious, which is like a 3-hour movie of nothing but fucking car wrecks. And then he turned to me after like 30 seconds and was like, I guess we'll know pretty quick if you have PTSD or not. And the director, Justin Lin, he's kind of a piece of shit. But he does this thing where every time they show a car wreck, they have like the dash hard cam and it just shows like the cam rolling and you get kind of like... So every time they showed that, which was like every wreck, every fucking car, they showed that shot. Every time they showed that, my dad would be like, is that what your car wreck was like, Jim? Is that what your car wreck was like, Jim? Is that what it felt like, Jim? Is that what your car wreck was like? Is that what your car wreck was like? Is that what your car wreck was like? And I had to be like, no, Dad, a rocket did not hit my orange Lamborghini. So, yeah, that's why I like the Fast and Furious movies. They're not that bad. No, like, really, like, I've seen a lot of movies with my dad. In fact, I know I look like I can make it rain magic cards. Okay, one person plays Magic, great. But that's geek shit, that's nerd shit. I'm not into that. I play Dungeons and Dragons. I do have some Dungeons and Dragons dice for sale at the merch table if you want to check them out. But the thing is I'm just enough on the spectrum to enjoy pro wrestling as an adult. Just enough. And like a little kid, like I remember the day I found out pro wrestling was fake, and it was fucking because of my dad. He took me to go see RoboCop in the theater, and I don't know if you guys know this or not, but do you remember that wrestler Paul Bearer? Yeah. He was like Undertaker's manager. So Paul Bearer, yeah, of course you would remember it, dude. I'm surprised you didn't dress up as Paul Bearer tonight. Can you hear me? I'm not Paul Bearer. Can you hear me? I'm gonna do the sexy secretary, do the hair down thing now, because that's fucking my ponytail is way too tight. Sorry. Yeah. So you guys know that the guy that was Paul Bearer is an actor. He's an actor named Bill Moody, and he's also in that movie RoboCop. But he's not like anything special. Like RoboCop is just like and walks by and like I'm a little kid. I see him and I'm like, oh god, it's Paul Bearer. Is Paul Bearer and The Undertaker going to team up with RoboCop and fucking handle Clarence Boddicker and fucking fight crime in Detroit at the end of this movie? It's going to be awesome, right? But instead, RoboCop just walks by and the guy goes, hey, RoboCop, and then leaves. And I'm like, what the fuck's up with that, right? So my dad leans over to me and goes, hey, I want you to know that all the people you see on wrestling are all actors, and wrestling's fake. And my whole 9-year-old world shattered right there. And I was fucking so angry, I picked up a steel chair and busted him in the fucking head with it. Yeah! Fuck that. Alright, this show got slow. Alright. No, you guys know that show, Roast Battle? On Comedy Central?
Roast Battle, yes.
Yeah, so I did an episode of that show, and I got fucking destroyed by a professional roast battler. No, seriously, my one fucking TV credit, I'm crying on fucking stage, curled up in a fucking ball, while fucking Kill Tony goes, ha 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 ha. And Jeff Ross goes like, I wouldn't even fuck that. Ugh. No, seriously, this guy said I look like Caitlyn Jenner trying to turn back into a man. Fuck all y'all for laughing at that. The biggest laugh we can get all night. Fuck y'all. Right, I get it. Okay, cool, ha. I have tight pants. My hair is fucking long, whatever, right? Apparently I have to tell people I'm a guy. Apparently I have to tell people I'm straight. Sorry, ladies. Tommy, when he was bringing me up, he mentioned I'm from Modesto. And Yeah, I know, it's whatever. I'm not on meth, I promise. No, I know, everybody's like, Jimmie Menezes was where meth was invented. And I'm like, that is not true. Meth was actually invented in Germany by the Nazis as a super soldier serum. Which is very ironic because I've never met a super tweaker.
I've seen them carry bricks.
Could you? I actually have seen him do some crazy shit. I seen a tweaker chew a catalytic converter off of a car. So, there might be, if Germany won with like a whole bunch of Captain Americas like flipping shields around, like there might have been a different fucking story. But instead, their teeth just fell out. They got fucking weird and recycled a lot. But anyways. I hate when people try to be like, meth was invented in Modesto by the Nazis, because that's not true. But I will admit that meth was perfected by the Nazis in Modesto. It grows naturally there in bathtubs. I've seen it. And I know I'm in East County, so I know you guys know about meth here. I know. I can't say anything about meth that you guys... Like, do you guys know people whose grandmas are named Crystal? Is it like 4th or 5th generation tweaker here? Like, because I like to just stop my show right now and just give a woman a fucking one day at a time, everybody, for that tweaker in our lives that decided to not spend a Saturday night riding a fucking stolen bicycle around El Cajon or fucking anywhere in East County, just fucking didn't decide to just, like, National City, anywhere, just fucking decide to just not ride a stolen bike around, not pull a pallet full of fucking recycled cans and stolen car parts, and instead decided to get their life together after they got busted cooking meth. After they got clean, they joined a white power gang, got clean to the NA. And I want you to give up for the guy that opened up the NA fellowship right next door. Give up for this guy right here, one day at a time. That's meth's final form, everybody. It's just Jesus freak NA guy. So don't do meth, because you get religious at the end of the fucking day. That's what happens. Your teeth fall out and you just get religious. That's all that happens when you do meth. Trust me, I've seen it. It's been 7 years since I've had a drink of alcohol. But I still smoke a shit ton of fucking weed. So, and I go to recovery meetings, and I'm in AA, not NA. And I don't know if you guys know this or not, but AA and NA people do not get along. It's like Bloods and Crips, Norteño, Sereno shit. It's real shit, right? And I recently actually found this out, dude. Do you know there's some shit called Gamblers Anonymous? Dude, fucking, can you imagine what that 50-50 raffle's like? So, I go to these meetings and I'm like, hey, I haven't drank in 7 years, but I still smoke weed. And you guys clap. They fucking don't. They get like, you're not clean, brother. You still smoke weed, brother. You're not clean. You still smoke weed, brother. You don't follow the steps. You still smoke weed, brother. You don't follow our program. You're not clean, brother. You're not clean. You're not clean. And I'm just like, you know what? You're very judgmental for somebody who used to suck dick for crank. I mean, the coffee pot's not going to fill itself, right? But I met this lady one time there, and she got all like, you don't understand addiction, Jimmie. Addiction's different from alcoholism because addicts have a big fat emotional hole inside of them that they try and fill up with drugs and booze, and more drugs and more booze until they realize that unless they fix themselves, they're going to kill themselves. Then she looked me dead in the eye and was all, my new addiction is dick. And I was like, what a fucking awesome way to fill up that hole. So she's my girlfriend now. So that joke went good. All right. So let me ask you this, because I don't see too many ethnic folks out here in the crowd. This is weird, because I noticed the Main Tap Tavern got voted best food in El Cajon, and I can't help but feel that there's a little bit of some sentiment of like, well, it's the only place in El Cajon that makes white people food.
He makes a lot.
There we go. There's Jersey Mike's. There's a church's chicken. I don't know, it's like coming in, it's like falafel, shawarma, falafel, shawarma, shawarma. And I was just like, wow, that's fucking great. Felt like I was in Dubai for a minute.
Smell of Dubai is like right there.
You know, ironically, that was my mom's nickname in high school. So, oh, dude, I found out I look like that DJ Skrillex. Really, I don't know what he looks like. Okay, so no, dude, okay, so I did a show in Reno, and Burning Man was going on at the same time, right? And like this chick thought I was fucking Skrillex, dude. She followed me around taking pictures. I was like, oh, I didn't know Skrillex was a comedian, blah 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 blah, right? And if I can be honest, like I was saying, I had to look him up because I didn't know who the fuck he was because I'm 45 and don't listen to EDM. No, I listen to music, so and I don't know why I'm derailing a perfectly good set in a story that has no fucking punchline. Whoops. I guess the point of that story is there's a chick in Nevada that thinks she blew Skrillex. So. Oh no, dude. Okay, so check this out. Fucking, I did the roast battle thing, right? It's at the Comedy Store. Fucking, I'm doing great, even though I got fucking destroyed because I'm hanging out at the fucking Comedy Store, right? This dude cornered me after the show for like 5 minutes and talking to him until I full on realized he thought I was beloved 90s comedian Janine Garofalo. And I guess it's a story about a guy that thinks he blew Janine Garofalo. Alright. So, anyways. Did you guys have Dare here? Yeah. You know what I'm talking about? Did Dare fail you all too? Like drug abuse resistance education? That's such a weird message to send to kids because a cop will come to your classroom, he'll hold up a fucking bag of Coke and be like, kids, this is an 8-ball. Don't you ever pay more than $100 for that. And then he gave us a number to his guy. And then when I called it was my dad. I talk about my dad a lot. So I wonder what my therapist will say about that. Anyway. No, because, okay, so, like, I know you brought me up, you guys all know me as Jimmy, but my real name's David, because my dad is also a David. So I go by my middle name, which is James, and I got turned into Jimmy. So, in high school, when my friends would call my house, they'd be like, hey, is David there? And my dad would be like, this is David. They'd be like, dude, you were fucking fucked up last night, David. Where did you get that fucking acid, bro? And then my dad would be like, dude, you stole my acid, you dick? No, so like, in my mom's phone, my dad's a Jerry. His middle name's Geraldo. He goes by Jerry, so it's David Geraldo. And then I'm in my mom's phone as David James. 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm sitting around my house one night, and I get a text message from my mom that says like, I'm horny and wet, get in the bedroom now. Right? Right? Like, nobody wants to think about their parents fucking. Like, ugh, like, much less sexting each other. Like, getting here fucking on wet, like, fucking Shark Week can wait, you know? Like, fucking, Nat Geo's fucking drying me up. Get in here, fuck me, pops. Right, so I text my mom back, like, hey, you need to text this to fucking dad, because this is the wrong fucking date in your fucking phone, right? And she sends it back, sorry, P.S., don't open the video. Right? Exactly, dude. Fucking, I can't even watch regular porno since that fucking, like, yeah, like, you know what I mean? Because, like, this is how I know I'm more of an animal lover than a porno connoisseur. Because I watched one the other day, and this girl's walking down the street, and this guy pulled up in a van, and she's like, excuse me, mister, I lost my doggy, I can't find my doggy, can you help me find my doggy? And the guy's like, I'll help you find your doggy, get in the van. So she gets in the van, he fucks the shit out of her, and then just drops her off on the side of the road, and I'm like, what happened to the fucking dog? Well, fucking, I don't like loose ends in my fucking filth. I know I'm too much of a. I think I'm more of a comedian than a human being too, because I have a friend that's going through a very painful divorce, and he's telling me this story. He's almost on the verge of tears. I've known this guy like 17 years, and we like grew up together. He's on the verge of tears, and the whole time I'm just waiting for a punchline. I'm like, oh, dude, you could like totally like, and I'm like telling him how to like write his fucking divorce into a joke. Like, I'm like, what if she was fucking your son's friend and not your boss? So why are you playing it that way? He's like, dude, I'm such a piece of shit. Anyways, dude, guess what, folks? So guess what I had to learn how to do again when I stopped drinking. Because do they tell you this when you stop drinking? You have to learn how to do shit all over again? Do they tell you this? Is anybody here sober or doesn't drink? A couple people?
Oh, yeah.
A couple people? Like, yeah? Maybe banana guy? Okay. You know how much of a party animal you gotta be the sober banana suit guy? Like, I had to learn how to fuck again. Yeah, like, okay, let me backpedal that. I don't need fucking again, because that's just leverage and spit. And like breathing and shit, you know what I mean? I mean, like, you have to learn how to get laid again. Because, like, when you drink, I don't know if you can, like, appreciate this, drinkers and single people in the audience, but when you just go up to a stranger in a fucking bar, you can pick somebody out. Just like, woo! I think you're cute. You think I'm cute? Let's have some shots. Let's party. See when we wake up in the morning. Woo! But when you don't drink, you can't just approach somebody at a bar and be like, hey, I think you're cute. Why don't you have some shots? And see when you wake up in the morning. Because that comes off more than a little Bill Cosby, you know? You gotta be witty and charming and engaging when you don't drink. You have to get to know somebody on a personal level, and you have to get to know them on a spiritual and philosophical level. And you have to make sure that your minds and your heart and all your interests are fucking all synchronous. So then that way that you can build a real life together. And you have to listen to them when they tell you stories like, hey, my ex used to cheat on me and smack me around, and I looked at you. You have to be there. You have to be like more of a human being than a comedian at that point. I have to like sit there and bite my tongue and be like, well, I wasn't. But apparently that's what you're into. But no, I gotta bite my tongue and just be like, no. Because that's what you do when you don't drink. You have to be emotionally available, I guess is what I'm saying. So there's this hot hippie chick with dreadlocks that I wanted to fuck so bad. And I got to talking to her a little bit, and I found out that she was into Ayn Rand, the author. So I joined a fucking Ayn Rand book club to get to know her better. I fucking read Atlas fucking Shrugged, cover to fucking cover. It's like a 49,000, 100 million, trillion page fucking book about the allegory of patriarchy and capitalism and how they try to defeat the matriarchy and communism by fucking just hammering us with all this fucking propaganda, which is normally something I would be on board for, but it was written in the 1920s by a fucking lady named Ayn Rand, who was really just a fucking harbinger of fucking doom and death, and she was kind of like the Sylvia Plath before Sylvia Plath was Sylvia Plath, which makes her extra fucking cunty, you know what I mean? And like, I'm fucking reading this thing, and the whole fucking time I'm thinking like, man, just look at this chick's tits. That's like the only thing that kept me going through this fucking book club, right? Because she had fucking long-ass dreadlocks and dark hair and olive skin. In fact, she looked like if Mila Kunis and the singer Selena somehow were able to fuck and have a kid together. And that kid were born, and that kid grew up to be an NXT wrestler, and her character was a Telemundo news reporter. Fucking smoking, right? And she's talking to me, and she's into me, and she's fucking like touching my hand and my arm and shit, and she's laughing at my jokes and shit, right? And I'm fucking like, every fucking Saturday for a whole fucking summer, I got together in a room full of lesbians that were also trying to fuck the hot hippie chick with dreadlocks. And I fucking finally convinced her to come over to my house and have dinner with me, and I found out that she was into Reiki, and long story short is she did Reiki on my dick. She aligned my chakra. Yeah, it's not every day you hook up with your crush, but here's the thing. It got fucking weird. You ever hook up with a crush and fucking have it built up so much in your head that when it finally happens, you're just like, you do. And it wasn't even like the sex was bad. Any pet owners here? Woo! Okay, I have a big 100-pound black lab that sleeps across the foot of my bed, and she chastised me. She thought it was fucking weird if the dog slept across the foot of the bed. Is that weird? A little, no, yes. Banana guy says it's weird. Wow. I am gonna have to reassess my life now. It got a little weird when we were fucking, and I used the dog as leverage. And then I have 2 chihuahuas that are freaks and started licking everybody's asses. And then I was like, where's the cat with the scratchy tongue? Let's do this. Thanks for offering the dog fucking jokes. I appreciate that. Dude, I used to sing in a hardcore band, and that pisses me off about stand-up comedy. First off, I don't have a monitor I can put my foot up on. But secondly, I can't fucking be like, hey guys, this next joke is about dog fucking, and then do a dog fucking joke. You know what I mean? I want to see you guys open up some shit in their pits, because I'm going to do a dog fucking joke. This is the part of the joke where I talk slow when the band stops playing. I tell you how more punk rock I am than you. How's it going? Good. But it's just weird. I can't fucking do that. So, but yeah. So this is the thing. She stayed the night, right? And we're laying in bed after we got done having sex, and she fucking farted right on my fucking dick. Dude, she crotch dusted me. And then she tried to yell, was that you or the dog, babe? And I was like, I know it was you gaslighting bitch, because I felt the wind. Plus it smells like a crunch wrap, and my dog doesn't eat people food. And she did the roll up in the blanket move. This one, oh my god, I hate that shit. I'm gonna die. Alright, tragedy averted. But yeah, she did that shit. I swear to God, I had this much blanket to stay warm with for the night. I've had bigger hits of acid than this piece of blanket I had. And then she tried to be like, I barely slept. And I'm like, you're fucking snoring in my face the whole fucking time. And then she wanted to fuck around in the morning, which is normally great. Normally, unless you had Taco Bell for dinner and it's 6:30 in the morning. It was the most uncomfortable case of bubble guts I have ever had in my life. Because this is the thing, when you're getting blown, you don't want to fart in somebody's face. Because one, it's rude. And two, it's like this close to a blumpkin. And everybody knows that costs extra. So I'm like, you know what I mean? So I'm sitting here like this trying not to fucking, I'm holding it in because first off, I don't even know it's going to be a fart. Like it could come out like peanut butter. You know what I mean? Oh, it could come out chunky, creamy, smooth, with nuts, with oil on the top. Oh, we call that the old fashioned. So I'm like, oh, I'm trying to hold it in as hard as I can, right? And then she started doing, I'm like, oh, I'm doing this, oh, and she thought that was me trying to tell her that I'm fucking just losing it, and she's the throat goat, so she started doing that move, and I have a strong gag reflex, so I'm like, trying not to throw up on the back of her head now, so I'm trying not to fart, trying not to throw up, and I got this brilliant idea, maybe if I come, just force myself to come real fast, out of the situation, right? But here's the thing. You can't hold in with one muscle and push out with the same muscle. Try it right now in your chair. Hold in, push out. It's the same muscle. You can't fucking do it, right? So now I'll go, and she's like, she's looking up at me, she's like, I'm the best, or say my name, daddy. And I just fucking lost it, and I farted right in her fucking face. And, she had it coming, you're right, sir. And she looked up at me and she's like, I can't believe you just did that. And I was like, is that you or the dog, babe? So yeah, we didn't go out again. I guess ultimately what that is this a story about me reading a book that was like 9,000 pages long to get laid. That wasn't the Bible. So there's at least that, I guess. There's a black widow up here. No, that's bad luck.
Is it really?
I don't know. I just made that up. I just made that up. Yeah.
Come on, take one for the
I'm gonna let it climb on me. I'm gonna let it climb on me.
Try
No,
to step on your finger.
no, it'll bite me and it's cool. I'll just die. It's fine. It's fine.
Okay, Spider-Man.
So, yeah, I look like Spider-Man if you got bit by a regular spider. Come on, man. Okay. Anyways, I have no idea how long I've been talking up here. But, yeah, so anyways, like, is there anybody else in the audience that's a hardline feminist other than me? Alright, just me. Fantastic. You guys are going to live the next 19 minutes. No, I'm kidding. No, like, cause this is the thing. Like, I was watching a porno the other day, and it was super fucking violent, and it offended me. Like, this dude was like slapping the chick in the face hella hard, and he was like pushing the back of her head. She's like throwing up all over the place, and he was like calling her all these horrible names. And I was just like, Jesus Christ, that is the last time I opened up the video that my mom sends me. Yes, see, as a comedian, we have to joke about the things that disturb us the most, which is that. All right, there we go. Has anybody here ever fallen asleep driving? Not again. I did it one time, and yeah, I try not to. I guess that's a good way to. I try not to. But I fucking rolled the car. I fell asleep, right? And my whole life I had this reoccurring dream that I'm dying in a car wreck, right? And as the dream is happening, like the car is like rolling. I'm like, oh my god, this is it. And like I wake up and like I'm in my bed and I'm like, oh shit. So I fell asleep driving and I was like full on fucking dreaming. And I'm driving and I fell asleep. And I'm dreaming and I wake up and the car's hitting the wall. And I did the thing where they call overcorrected, where I turned too hard and the car went like this. And it drove up the side of the overpass, jumped over the overpass, and then rolled down the other side. And as this was happening, Van Halen's Jump was playing on the radio. And I remember being fucking pissed because I did not want to die while Van Halen was playing. And then I was like still kind of happy, at least it wasn't a Sammy Hagar song. So the car's fucking rolling, Van Halen's Jump is playing. And I'm like trying to make myself wake up, and I'm not. I'm like, fuck, this is really fucking it, right? And the car is like barreling towards a tree. And I fucking put my foot up on the dash, and I pulled on the wheel super hard like this. And they say that when you're really close to death, you see things from a third-person perspective. And I know that I wasn't that close to death because I was still like felt like I was in control of the car. I was like, oh, I'm just steering into the skid. I got this. And like I was like, you know, as I'm barreling out of fucking control. And so I pulled on the wheel super hard like this to avoid the tree, and I pulled so hard, and the car jerked hella hard that my arm broke and the bone shot out of my arm.
Oh shit!
And this is how I know I was getting close to death, is because when that happened, I looked at my arm and went, oh fuck! And then I looked in the passenger seat, my soul was sitting there. And my soul looked at me, looked at my arm, and looked at me and went, oh fuck! And then I went, oh, fuck! And then the car fishtailed magically in the back of the car and hit the tree, and not me. And that's how I lived to tell the tale. And, yeah, and there's that half second where, like, the stereo's flickering, and, like, Van Halen was like, jump, jump! And the airbag went off and broke my nose. And I was, like, punching the bag hella hard. I was like, fucking motherfucker! And I got out of the car, and I walked to the freeway, and a guy was already on the side of the road. He was like, hey, I just witnessed the wreck. I've already called 911, just wait on the tailgate of my truck and wait for the ambulance. So I'm sitting there, and he starts telling me about how he was behind me about a couple hundred yards. We saw the car do the thing, and that's how I know that I jumped over it and stuff. And he's telling me about it. He's like, it was fucking like some Dukes of Hazzard fucking shit. It was fucking crazy, man. And then out of nowhere, he's like, hey, man, don't look at your arm. So I look at my arm, right, and it's all twisted and mangled like this, and I have no idea why I did this, but I just grabbed my hand and twisted everything back into place. and the bone shot back into my arm, and it hurt so bad I started throwing up everywhere. And he was like, I can't believe you just did that. And he started throwing up all over the place. And then that's when the highway patrol showed up and thought that he was a drunk driver and started giving him a roadside sobriety test. Which was awesome because they gave me a chance to hide all my weed. And I had surgery in my arm. Check this out. I don't even have a radius bone anymore. I just have a titanium rod in there. And as they're wheeling me to have surgery, the anesthesiologist said to me, hey, they told us that you're a stand-up comedian. Can you tell us a joke right now? And I was like, well, doc, to be honest with you, you guys asking me to tell you a joke right now is a lot like me asking you guys to do the surgery for free. And he looked at my chart and said, you're on Medi-Cal, tell us a fucking joke. Thanks for everyone, Jimmy. I have stuff for sale, so please, for the love of God, come buy things. See, I'm more inclined to think that patrons of a comedy show would not be inclined to wear a shirt with my face on it. So I go all around, I tour around the country, I buy vintage shirts that I find. So I got vintage shirts back there, I got Dungeons and Dragons dice, I got a tip up if you want to just give me some money. But I'll be back there hanging out, come say hi, come smoke some weed. Give up comedy, everybody.
Jimmie Menezes, everybody, let him hear it.